Welcome back inside the CBC Sports studios. I'm Brittany McLean here with your What to Watch guide, where we preview everything you need to know going into the weekend. I'm joined by Jessie Campagato, who is the writer of CBC Sports The Buzzer, daily newsletter that tells you all of those things and more. Now, Jessie, there are so many winter sports to cover this weekend. Let's get right into it. What are you most looking forward to?
Yeah, Britt, it's a big weekend. So let's start with the Canadian Figure Skating Championships. So as I wrote in the newsletter this week, there's a little extra pressure this time at the Nationals, which are happening in Laval, Quebec. So the results this weekend are going to help decide who gets picked to represent Canada at the World Championships in Boston in March. And then the results at those World Championships are going to determine how many Olympic entries Canada gets next year in Italy. So at the moment, I would say Canada's got probably two serious Olympic medal contenders. So first and foremost is the pairs team of Diana Stellato-Dudek and Maxime Deschamps. So last year in Montreal, they won Canada's first figure skating world title since 2018, and they've looked great this season too. They won both of their regular assignments on the Grand Prix Tour, and then unfortunately they had to skip the big Grand Prix final because of an illness, but they're back and they're ready to compete for the first time in a few months. So looking forward to seeing them, and also looking forward to watching the ice dance team of Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier. So they only finished fifth at the Grand Prix final. Paul unfortunately tripped on the boards at one point, and that kind of took them out of medal contention. But they've won a medal at the World Championships in 3 of the last 4 years. So their chances for an Olympic medal are looking pretty good too.
And we do have a team on the ground in Laval. We're covering this event, so make sure you're tuning into all the coverage, a lot on social as well. Let's go over to the mountains. There's a big couple weeks in the world of Alpine skiing.
Yeah, so it's a big weekend this weekend because the men and the women are both at one of the marquee stops on the World Cup Tour. So let's start with the women. So they're at Cortina d'Ampezzo, which is the beautiful scenic Italian resort that's going to host all the women's alpine events at the Winter Olympics next year. So the Canadian to watch there is Val Grenier. She actually won a bronze at Cortina just a year ago, which obviously bodes really well for her Olympic medal chances next year, and she's got 4 career World Cup podiums. Then over on the men's side, they're over in Wengen, Switzerland, and they're going to do the classic Lauberhorn downhill on Saturday. So this is one of the 2 biggest men's downhills on the tour. The other one is Kitzbühel. That's the more treacherous one and the more prestigious one, more revered. But Lauberhorn is deadly on its own. It's the longest and the fastest course in all of ski racing. So a couple Canadians to watch there. One is Jack Crawford. So he actually almost won a medal today on the Super G course on the same hill. He missed it by 0.04 of a second, which is actually less than the blink of an eye. So definitely look out for him tomorrow in the downhill, and look out for Cam Alexander because he was the bronze medalist in the downhill at the most recent World Championships.
Can I just note how beautiful those landscapes were? Those visuals are unbelievable. So these athletes get to compete at some of the most wonderful places across the world. Great stuff, Jessie. There's tons to keep an eye on this weekend. As mentioned, we have the figure skating, also Alpine skiing, as you spoke about. Early morning, in addition to the Freestyle Skiing World Cup on the aerial side. Not only that, but freestyle. Megan Oldham won a World Cup silver this morning in slopestyle. The snowboard slopestyle is coming up tomorrow as well from Lax. We also have live coverage of bobsleigh, skeleton, and luge World Cups this weekend. You can catch it all on cbcsports.ca. And everyone, make sure you're subscribing to the newsletter, which you can do by searching The Buzzer CBC and entering your email address on the sign-up page. Jessie, as always, we appreciate your time, and we will see you next week.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. Have a good weekend.
You too.